What's going on, everyone? How we doing? So I got a very important information for all of you who have been my subscribers, who have dedicated themselves to my content and have followed me gradually, because I do not appear so much often on this particular platform, and I'll still keep engaging with my content. And today I'm going to tell you the reason why I've always been so busy that I did not even have the time to even post videos anymore, nor any update. I've been working on a particular system, a system that makes this whole entire AdSense journey worth a while, which makes it much more interesting. One of the things that we have to do, if you're a student of mine, you will understand what I'm saying. It's very difficult and tedious to load up an account. It takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of work out of you. It's necessary that constantly come out with a plan and a system that is capable of making this entire Google AdSense earning strategy much more better and much more easier for us. One of the things I always talk about is constantly thinking of how we can make whatever it is that we are doing easy and evergreen, right? So today I'm going to be talking to you about Google AdSense RPA. So I'll tell you what RPA means. RPA stands for Robotic Process Automation, and this is a Google AdSense bot, in case you don't know. But then, for security reasons, I will not be using the term bot, but I'll be using the term RPA. So anytime you hear me say RPA, that is exactly what I mean. So what is RPA? An AdSense RPA is an artificial agent that is capable of performing the specified tasks of generating organic traffic with minimal human intervention and click or advertisement autonomously on your website, similar to human with a particular character. So basically what that means is we've been able to create a system that is capable of acting just like a human would, with real devices, accessing your website via the Google search engine to get the organic traffic, and scroll and interact with your website just as a real human being would do. We've been able to create a complex system that is really autonomous, that does a lot of things just by itself, though we're in the very first stage. But then this system, to the best of my knowledge, has been working exceptionally well. I've used it for over a month. My top students know that I've been on this journey for well over 2 months now. I introduced it to them last month, and I told them that before I would take it out live, I have to test it out myself to see how well it's going to work. All right, so these are some of the things that we are able to put together to make it autonomous and does some of these tasks, as I earlier said. The first thing that we must try as much as possible to implement is the human characteristics of the RPA, right? So the RPA has to be capable of acting like a real human. It definitely needs to have a history, because this is how Google gets to know you. If you don't know how Google gets to catch you or detect you, so many of you here, you must have tried to click on your ads one time or the other. How Google gets to know that you are actually performing that illegal tax is by the whole idea of you not having a clean history. Google keeps tabs and knows every single thing that you do on your computer. Obviously, you use their products. Majority of the people who are watching this are watching it via YouTube. And even if you're not watching it via the YouTube application, you might probably be watching it via the browser, Google Chrome. Who owns Google AdSense? Google. So definitely they know the way you think, they know your history, they have patterns about you to the extent they can even determine what you would be doing in a few days' time, in the next hour. They can determine that because they have history, they have data of you, right? So we have to be able to create a system that has human characteristics. We need cookies, we need histories, we need your past activities, your journeys. What I mean by journeys, what website were you on? Where did you click? After that website, where did you go to? Did you close a tab and open a new tab? What exactly did you do? That's an example of what journey is. And now we have proxies. The only thing that can give you high CPC is a high paying country, right? These are countries that are willing to pay high for ads. We call them tier 1 countries, right? So we have the US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, etc. We have swapped VPN for proxies. If you are my student, you would understand that we use VPNs to, conceal our location and all that. To make our location concealed, we have been able to come up with the whole idea of using proxy servers. Now, proxy server is good because it's a tunnel. It is way, way more better than a VPN, simply because the infrastructures for proxy servers are a little bit more different than that of VPNs, right? The issue with VPNs is they share the same IP addresses to multiple people. So if you are using IP address 192.168.128, they will take that same IP address and give it to another person and another person. Now Google is like, okay, what the hell? This person is performing this activity. There is no uniformity. There's no alignment with the entire process. So that's why they're able to detect you easily, right? So the VPNs do not work. Don't even think about it. Now we have ads click. The RPA has the ability to scroll your website just like a human would do. Read before ads click, right? So the version 1 right now is still in the brewing stage. The goal of the bot is to get to that level where it's going to be performing extra activities like filling out forms, taking out surveys, carrying out extremely difficult tasks that real humans often do. But for now, the RPA has the ability of scrolling, reading, and clicking on ads, scrolling on that website, going back and forth. And it also works for YouTube too as well. If you have YouTube videos, voila, you have no single problem. And then we have user agent. So we'll be using different browsers to access your website at different times or your YouTube videos at different times. And then we have Google search. Definitely for us to be able to get organic traffic, like I said moments ago, we definitely have to make sure that your website is on the search console so that it can be easily crawled by Google. Then in turn, we can be able to get analytical result or analytical data about your traffic source, right? So definitely all of these have been put into consideration. Now, for you to understand how this works, you just have to understand the whole concept of AdSense loading. If you're able to know what AdSense loading is, because all of you here, you are not visitors on my channels, you know that this is what we do. That is why you are subscribed. That is why you turn on your notification. If you have an idea of what AdSense loading does, just imagine an automated system that performs all of these things thousands of times for you. Now, you might have some questions. Will it not be spotted? Will it not be blocked? Well, I have proofs that I'll be showing. This is actually a preamble to the main course. And this is the first session where I'll just take you through everything and what we'll be learning. At the second session, we'll be talking about the dependencies that you actually need to, install on your computer to be able to make this system work. The joy about my particular idea is I'm not going to make you do the coding thing yourself. I'm not going to stress you out or bug you out with the whole. No, I'm not going to do that. It is a written out code All you have to do is just to get it on your system and then run it. You can decide to upload it to a live server, or you can run it locally, whichever one works best for you, right? That is the only thing that you're going to have to do. For the whole coding, you will not be in all of that. So I'll be creating this tutorial now to teach you how to go ahead and install the bot on your PC, and then test it out yourself and begin to use it to work magic. Now, I must give a disclaimer here. Y'all need to understand something, that all of these strategies that we keep on working, it's always a 50-50 chance, right? It might work for me, it might not work for you, but I can assure you that it will work for you if first you are not greedy, if you experiment first, if you try to see how the whole thing is working. You start small, begin to get little results, you begin to work your way gradually to the top. You will be far from failures compared to when you are trying to pay house rent or pay school fees from your AdSense money. Definitely, because you have a drive that is urgent or a need that is urgent, you might be a little bit greedy, right? So try as much as possible to not let the greed get inside of you. Be focused, be laser focused, because this is very, very crazy and interesting. And try as much as possible to not share this code. You see, one problem with this our niche is that it has so many competitors who want to, sell you on one thing or the other. Of course, that's what I'm doing, but then my intention has been pure from the beginning. Most of them was able to make a couple of money out of the entire tutorial thing. But no, to show you my dedication, to tell you how serious I am, I'm still here, right? And I've not cheated anybody before. I have loads of students. I have well over 100 students. I kid you not. And no one has come to me with complaint that, oh, this, that, this. No. So try as much as possible to not share. I constantly talk to you guys that you don't review your source of food, your source of livelihood. You don't reveal it to people. You don't reveal it to the public. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this so that you would come to the realization that I was in your shoe. I know what it feels like to not have. I know what it feels like to have monetized AdSense account that is bringing $0 for you. I know what it feels like. And I'm not a greedy person. I never will overshoot my prices. I never will sell expensive courses or tutorials to you. This is just me being very honest. So try to be steady. Don't give up. Don't be nonchalant. Let's try as much as possible to see how far we can make this work. And once you become my student, you would constantly receive up. That is the joy of programming, right? There's version 1, there's version 2, there's version 3. So if you decide to share this version out, and then one way or another I find out you will not get access to version 2, you will not get access to version 3. So because the bot is going to need constant updating. Google changes the algorithm, a lot of things, come in play. So if you want to, keep up with me, try as much as possible to follow some of these disclaimers and be safe, and hopefully your account will be safe. All right. So if you're interested, I want you to click on the next video.